Hello, virtual world lovers. Welcome to Second Life by Loff, where I try to show how great Second Life is, and I try to help people, veterans and beginners alike, to make your life easier, cheaper, and faster with my 15 years experience and my contribution. Today, I'm going to tell you step by step how to arrange for a live concert, a huge event on your land. Okay? It's easier than you think, and it's more affordable than you think. Why in the first place, why the hell are you going to do a live concert? Well, there are many reasons. Your birthday, you want to organize something interesting for your friends, or you have a business, you have a resort or a mall or stores for rental, or you have a service that you are offering in your land somehow, or a project to build a community, and you want new people to go there, check how great your resort, your store, your project is, and since they are having fun in the concert, you make sure near the stage you have posters about what you are offering to them and what they can have. Usually, the band, if you ask them in the beginning, they will also talk with people because the band I'm going to advise you talks with people in real time in life, and they will also say something about your project if you ask them, of course, like in a way of thanking for having the chance to do the live concert. So that's the reason why you do a live concert. So, what steps do you need and what you have to be careful about? So, what you need is at least a quarter of a sim would be advisable because usually live concerts with this band I'm going to advise you brings lots of people, and that's what it's all about. So you don't have to be looking for people to get into your concert. If you have a group of friends, even better. You already have some people going in, but these bands and many bands in Second Life, they have a huge fan group. They have their group. They send notices in advance, like 1 week before, 3 days before, even during the before the concerts, a few hours. They call people and they send notices. So they are already doing that work for you. They bring their fans in, and you don't have to be worried about getting people into your concert. They are coming after the band because they follow that band regularly, and it's many of them. So don't worry about that. That is taken care. But of course, if you want to do your own publicity in social media, etc., it's nice for you to take advantage on the live concert and use your group also, your land group, your notices, and put the event on the Second Life webpage for the events. It's free, easy, and fast. Okay, so you should have be careful with that, with the parcel you have. At least a quarter sim, ideally half sim. I did concerts in homesteads, no problem at all, no lag. Of course, it's better if you have a whole sim, a homestead or a full region. Okay. Would I advise you to avoid stress on the server and lag with avatars? Because when Linden Lab says you can put 100 avatars, they usually test these with regular avatars. We all know avatars nowadays, they bring attachments, they bring blings, they bring flexi stuff, they bring bacon mesh layers on their bodies. So the avatars that will show up in your concert are much more complex and heavy on the server than the avatars Linden Labs uses as a reference for avatar allowance. So what I advise you is, if you have a half sim or a quarter sim, you cannot do this. But anyway, if you have too many people, that's a nice problem because this is what you want with a live concert. People in your land and new people, new friends and people visiting your project and what you have to offer. But anyways, if you have a homestead or a full region, then in a homestead the allowance is 40 avatars. You can put like 30. You can set up in regions avatar allowance, and you put a cap of 30 avatars on a 40 homestead. Or you can cap 60 or 70 avatars on a full region, 100 avatars allowances. So you put a cap lower, and you are sure that it's not maximized to the full amount of avatars and stressful for the leg. I think you got the picture. Okay, so what do you need to get this band one? This band, I'll put it in the description, it's Lightning Strikes. They've been around for years and years. They do concerts almost daily. They have a huge fan base that follows them. They will bring them up. Lightning Strikes, you have to talk with. There are several people in the band, and they are in the concert. There are several avatars performing. live, but you have to talk with the author or the owner of the band, which is Malia Gustafson. I'll put it on the description. And please don't use instant messages because she's very busy and she's always getting instant messages. She won't be able to read them all, okay? So if you send instant messages and she doesn't answer, it's not rudeness. It's she can't handle. You should work by Notecard. I have a video on that. You can check on my video list how to properly set up Notecards, including pictures and landmarks. So either you send her a Notecard requesting the list of the bands they cover, which is huge, all the classics and many of the new ones. Either you ask her for a note card and fees, and she will send it to you. Either you already know what you want and you send them a note card. Make sure the title of the note card is very concise so it doesn't get lost on all the note cards she's getting daily. So, like the note card should say your name, your avatar name, like in my case, Loff Auer, Ibiza concert, May 22nd. That's all. And that will be the note card that will be ping-ponging from you to her with answer, reply, like an email. And the name is there, and she easily identifies who's talking with her because she's really busy and talking with many people booking concerts. So what are their rates? Well, I'm talking about their rates right now, okay? With very few exceptions, their rates for any band is 1 hour and a half concert, and they ask 2,000 lindens, which I think is very affordable. There are several avatars there. They do all the work for you. They bring the people. They set up a huge stage in accordance to the band. They set up the light show, the media, the streaming. They do all that for you. So what do you have to be careful about? So you send her a note card. You ask her for that band on that day. And you should include, you don't have to, but it helps a lot. You should include a landmark of the exact spots where you want the stage to be set up. Usually they need to go in your land like 2 days before, sometimes even more, like 4 days before. She will tell you about that on the note card, on the conversation. And you have to allow them to get into your land and set up the stage in advance. So usually 500 prims will be okay, but if you have more prims, it's even better. So make sure you have enough prims for them to res the stage. That's very important, of course, because the stage is not like 20 prims. And there is just one matter that is very important. Either for people landing on your live concert, either because they are going to publicize it and use your landmark, either for them to get into the right place where you want the exact stage to be, you should be careful about one thing. If you have a parcel, like half a sim, quarter a sim, you go onto land options and you set up a landing place. And if you have a full region, it's the same thing. You set up a landing place. But when you go to your land options and you set up a landing place, you have 3 options. I'm talking about 2 options. When you set up the place where people should land on that parcel, you can either choose anywhere or I don't remember the name, but it's something like the exact point. Okay, this is very different. I will explain you. If you set up on land options, people will visit your land, will land on this spot, and you set the spot, but you leave it in anywhere. It means when people use that landmark, they will land on where you want, on the arrivals place. But since it's anywhere, people can do landmarks in other spots on your land, and when they teleport to those other landmarks, they will go to those other spots. If you are telling Malia Gustafson, this is the spot of my stage, if you create a landmark for the spot of the stage, you should be make sure that your land is okay. Arrivals is on these spots, but people can land anywhere. Then you create a landmark for the stage spot, and you put it on the note card. And when she teleports, she goes to the exact spot. If you have your arrival in your land place set up to a certain arrival spot far from the stage, and you don't put anywhere, you put just on that spot, always on that spot. That means if you create landmarks on other places of your land, when people teleport to them, they will go all to that port you demand them to land in, which is far from the stage or can be far from the stage if it's a big land. So the ideal is always to, and even if you have people renting areas or you want people to land in different areas of your land, publicize different areas, it's always good to have your land set up like people land here, but they can land, the box is anywhere. So they don't worry, they will land where you set up, but if they want to create other landmarks, they will land on those landmarks freely. I hope this was clear to you. So you send the landmark in the note card, and in my case, I send also a shot of the area where I want the stage. I even wrote with Photoshop on that picture. I wrote how the stage was facing, like backstage, front stage. So it was like written in the like in the picture. So she knew exactly how that would be. Another thing, besides prims and besides the an area for the stage, the area for the stage, if it can be less than 50 by 50, but the ideal is 40 by 40, 50 by 50 meters, something on those lines, maybe less, but make sure you have a nice flat area for that. You can mark it with a platform, which is what I did. Then I take out the platform. So they set up everything for you, the stage, the lights, everything. But they need special perms to go there and raise those prims. And in the day of the concert, they need to set up the media streaming, so they do all for you. You just have to make sure they have the perms to do that in your land. So usually when we have a land, even if it's just half sim, we have a group attached to the land somehow, and you can create roles on that group, and you only assign those roles to certain members of the group. Like you have members that cannot res in your land, but you have a special role in the group, like VIP or something like that. In my case, it is a VIPs. They can res, they can eject roles, stuff like that. So you make sure you invite Malia to your group. Or you have a landing area where you say, Malia, go to this landing area, there's a group joiner there, touch the group joiner, she will touch it and get the group. Because sometimes you are not online at the same time, and that makes it all easier. But all of these must be treated inside the note card and indicated in the note card, okay? Landmark, and you can also put the photo there where they know exactly where to put the stage. Because it's very difficult sometimes to get Malia near to you, ask her to teleport. She's very busy, and show her personally in world exactly where you want to stay. So that's the difficult process, but I'm telling you how to do it without having to be online at the same time that Malia is. They will also request you two things, which is, besides those perms, they will also request you to avoid putting your tip jars during the concert in front of the stage, because people don't know, people are new on that land, and they think they are tipping the band and they will be tipping you, and come on. Tipping is a very important part of artists in Second Life, bands, DJs, musicians. So when they are doing the concert, don't put your tip jars in front of the stage. You can have them like on the sides, but please make sure you are helping the band, and their fans usually tip them, and even your friends will tip them if they like it, and they will like it a lot. So allow just the band to put their tip jars there in front of the stage, and they will also request you like 3 hours before. You can do it like 5 hours before, or the day before at least, to make a region restart if in case you have a homestead or a sim. If you have a half a sim or a quarter, you cannot do that. But it's very nice to be able to do that. So the server is fresh and the scripts are not accumulated and stressing the server. But make sure you have less people than your land allows, if it's possible, because that will help everything go smoothly. And make sure you have near the stage your posters telling this is a resort, rent lands, or this is a mall, rent your store, or this is a store, go and buy shit. So make sure you take advantage on that big day and you have there the posters. Also, you can request the band when they are thanking people, because these bands, not only they dress up like the real life bands. If you do a Queen concert, they will be dressing like Queen, and the lighting, the show will be adjusted to that band. So they are really good at it. But they also talk with people live. Sometimes they even say, what music do you want? This one or this one? And people, oh, that one, chatting and clapping and stuff. Or you say, it happened a lot in some concerts of lightning strikes from Malia Gustafson. It happened like they finished the concert, and it happened like in a real life concert. That people insisted, oh, one last one, please. They went back and they did one last song. So it's incredible. They talk with people real time. So you can request them in the beginning or in the middle of the concert. Maybe in the middle because some people don't get there right in the beginning. They keep calling people and friends are calling friends. Oh, come to this concert. So the ideal would be in the middle of the concert after 45 minutes. You request the band to talk just say something about your land, like thank you to this guy that invited us here. He's doing a resort or a mall. Check their stores or check their rentals, or he's doing a service or a gallery. Check their well, you get the picture. So they will mention it, and that's the best way because sometimes people don't look at posters. It's also important that you have some stuff where people can sit or nice sitting chairs where people can touch and get drinks because people love that role play and dance balls. It can be simple dance balls or item ball dance systems where people can get because that part is on you. It's not on the bands. I believe they may raise a dance ball somewhere, but make sure that part is on you. But anyway, they are taking care of everything. They are making publicity. They are bringing people. They are setting the stream, the media in the land. They are building the stage. They take it away after the concert. It's amazing, man. And the rates are 2,000 lindens for most of the covers they do. 99% of the band is 2,000 lindens. So the day you book you ask them in a notes card conversation, okay, this day, and she says, oh, not this day, please give us another day. Or if she says, oh, that day and that hour is okay, you right away send them 1,000 lindens to book the date. If you give up on that date, they get the money for them. They don't refund you because they are professionals. And I know what I'm talking about because I also work like that. I'm renting a photography studio. So to book, people have to pay. Otherwise, there's no business because people just book this, book this. You have the whole week booked. And then people, oh, I am not showing up. And you could not do other stuff with other people. You were stuck with those guys that didn't pay you zero. And you don't have business. So you pay them 1,000 lindens, and in the day of the concert, like 1 or 2 hours before, when they are getting there, you make sure you can be in the day of the concert. Make sure you are available like at least 2 hours before to help them out. Any problem that comes along, you pay them the other 1,000 lindens, and that's it. 2,000 lindens. I think it's very affordable for the amount of avatars, for the customization they do according to the band, the lights, the show, the avatars, the way they dress, the way they act, the way they dance, and the animations. It's all adjusted to the band, so they are really great at this and very experienced. So I think this is all. Uh, I don't know if you have any questions. Put it on the comments. I can help you out. But as you saw, it's very easy to book a live concert. Affordable, not much work, just a few stuff. You make sure you get it, and the way you get Malia or other people that are going to set up the stage, the way you get them in the group sometimes can be tricky because for example, I sent an invitation for the group. You can send an invitation from within your group. You can invite any avatar as long as you have the name. But she accepted, but she was not in the group. Something is failing in Firestorm along those lines. But what I told her was, okay, don't worry. Go to this landmark whenever you can. You don't have to be online. Go to this landmark whenever you can. You have a group joiner there and touch and you join the group. And she did that. And I checked and she was in the group, and then I assigned the special role with special powers to her afterwards. And I assigned that role to her, so now she has a special power. And I'm very excited because I think they are going to put the stage today. It's Friday, and Ibiza live concert, Pink Floyd. It's gonna happen May 22nd, the grand opening of Ibiza. I'm like crazy, busy bee, like ultimate, the last touches and finishing everything up. It won't be 100% ready, but it will be like 95, at least 90% ready. There are a few corners with a few things I must finish, but it's a grand opening, and it will be at Ibiza Live Sunday, 22 May, 10 a.m. SL time, 1 p.m. New York time, 6 p.m. London time. Make sure when you are booking with Malia, make sure you say the day and the SL hour, okay? So if you are not in the same time zone as Second Life Los Angeles, you make sure you tell her, I want the concert on this day at this SL time hour. So you have to do the math of the difference in time from your time zone to Second Life time zone, because it's all they need. It's how they work. They work inside Second Life. They need the exact Second Life time for your concert. Okay, that's very important. But that's it. You